Welcome back to the haunted road trip across America. Tonight we head to the far north, a land of snow, silence, and endless wilderness. Alaska is beautiful, yes, but beauty can often hide something darker. Here, isolation stretches for miles, winter nights last forever, and the line between the living and the dead sometimes blurs in unsettling ways. Forget what you've heard about famous battlefields and haunted mansions down south. Alaska's hauntings are different, colder, stranger, and rooted in the isolation of life on the edge of civilization. Tonight, we'll set up camp in the shadow of something unseen, explore the eerie shell of a hotel that was never finished, and step into a frontier saloon where the past still pours drinks. This is Alaska's 3 most haunted places you've never heard of. Eagle River Campground. At first glance, Eagle River Campground looks like the perfect place to set up camp. Tucked within Chugach State Park, it offers hiking trails, river access, and quiet campsites surrounded by trees. Families gather here in summer to roast marshmallows, tell stories, and escape the noise of city life. But ask those who spent a night in its woods, and they'll tell you that the real stories at Eagle River are far darker. As night falls and the last embers of campfires dim, an unsettling shift takes hold. Campers lying in their tents often hear heavy footsteps crunching slowly around their campsites, deliberate, circling, and far too close to dismiss it as wildlife. When flashlights slice through the trees, the sounds vanish, leaving only silence and pounding hearts. Others speak of whispers carried on the cold Alaskan air. Sometimes they're faint, almost like the wind treading through branches. Other times, they're sharper, the cadence of human voices just outside the tent walls. Yet, when brave campers unzip their tents and step out, there's no one there. Even more chilling are the figures. Tall, dark shapes move between trees, glimpsed only in the corner of an eye. Some describe them as human-like. Others insist they're something else entirely. Elongated, wrong, watching from a distance, but never stepping fully into view. Local lore suggests the area may have once been the site of tragedies, lost travelers, hunting mishaps, and native legends of spirits that wander the forest. Whatever their origin, these entities seem tethered to the campground, relentless and curious about anyone who dares to sleep under its canopy. By daylight, Eagle River feels safe again. Kids play, hikers head off into the wilderness, and campers laugh over breakfast fires. But for those who stayed awake listening to footsteps circling their tents, morning comes as a relief. Would you dare spend a night there, knowing that something might be standing just outside your tent flap, waiting in the dark? Igloo City Hotel Ruins. Driving along the park's highway between Anchorage and Fairbanks, travelers often slam on the brakes when they spot it. A massive white dome, 4 stories tall, rising out of the wilderness like a ghost itself. This is Igloo City, or rather, what was meant to be. Built in the 1970s, the dome was intended to become a roadside hotel, a tourist stop unlike any other in Alaska. Developers imagined families staying overnight, travelers gawking at its novelty, and a booming business pulling money from the stream of traffic that cut through the state. But things never went as planned. Building codes were violated, fire safety requirements couldn't be met, and the money dried up. Before it ever opened, Igloo City was abandoned, left to rot in the brutal Alaskan climate. Over time, the dome became a landmark of failure, but also of fear. Travelers who stopped to explore its hollow interior report feeling instantly uneasy. The acoustics amplify every creak and echo, making even the smallest movement sound like footsteps closing in. At night, the effect is worse. Lights are said to flicker inside the windows despite there being no electricity. Drivers passing by after dark sometimes see movement inside, dark silhouettes pacing back and forth beneath the dome. Graffiti stains its walls now. The windows are shattered and the place reeks of decay. But many visitors leave with stories that feel too consistent to dismiss. Some say they've heard voices whispering inside, their words impossible to make out, but carrying unmistakable emotion. Anger, despair, warning. Others have caught fleeting glimpses of faces peering from broken windows, vanishing when approached. No one ever spent a night in Igloo City when it was built, yet today it feels occupied, just not by the living. The empty dome stands as a monument to broken ambition, a place where dreams curdled into something far darker. Would you step inside, knowing that whatever checks into Igloo City may never check out? Red Onion Saloon. During the Klondike Gold Rush of 1897, Skagway became a wild, lawless frontier town, bursting with fortune seekers, gamblers, and drifters. In the heart of it all stood the Red Onion Saloon, part bar, part brothel, part stage for anything a miner could buy with gold dust. Downstairs, men crowded shoulder to shoulder, drinking hard liquor and trading rumors of the next big strike. Upstairs, the brothel's women worked in small rooms, each chosen by a token system that funneled desperate miners into fleeting moments of comfort. The building became famous not just for its excess, but for the dangers that came with it: fights, thefts, and women whose lives were cut short by violence or disease. Today, the Red Onion Saloon operates as both a bar and museum, leaning into its rowdy history. But not everything about it is playful. Staff and visitors alike insist the building is very much alive with spirits. The most famous is Lydia, a madam who is said to once run the upstairs rooms. Guests report seeing her ghost peering from upstairs windows when the building is locked for the night. Others feel a sudden drop in temperature when walking up the narrow staircase, as though someone invisible brushed past them. Phantom footsteps echo across empty floors. The scent of strong perfume drifts suddenly through the air, clinging for moments before fading completely. Paranormal investigators have captured disembodied voices answering their questions, including laughter that seems to come from the brothel rooms long after closing time. Some say the energy of the Red Onion is simply too strong to fade. Decades of joy, sorrow, violence, and longing are baked into its walls. Others believe Lydia remains not out of choice but out of duty, continuing to watch over her establishment, even in death. Step inside for a drink today, and you might find more than just a shot of whiskey waiting. The Red Onion is a place where the gold rush never truly ended, and neither did the stories of those who lived and died there. Would you climb the stairs, knowing that Lydia's unseen eyes might follow your every move? From the footsteps circling tents at Eagle River, to the flickering lights of Igloo City, to the lingering perfume of Skagway's Red Onion Saloon, Alaska proves that its isolation doesn't keep the dead away. If anything, it gives them room to roam. Which of these haunted places would you dare to visit first? Would you try sleeping under the trees at Eagle River, wander through the hollow dome of Igloo City, or spend a night at the bar where Lydia still lingers upstairs? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know which one chills you the most. If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're ready when we head to our next stop, Arizona. There, in the deserts of the Wild West, phantoms of miners and outlaws still wander the ruins they left behind. Until then, travel safe, stay curious, and remember, the road ahead is haunted.